As as indicated before, Undefeated is intended for audiences 18 or older. This visual novel contains scenes that include the intense graphic violence, flashing lights, substance abuse, and strong language. Reader discretion is advised. Or listener discretion is advised. God, that's alright. So we left off after getting left off with our buddy getting the crap kicked out of him, and just recovering from the hospital or the infirmary. And I guess now we're gonna go meet some other characters. Getting out of the med bay wing takes a bit of concentration. There are a lot of rooms with various states of occupancy, but there seem to be good spirits all around as I hear them. People talking, laughing, joking with each other. I can feel the tightness in my chest loosen ever so slightly. I pass by a few more closed doors before leaving the med bay wing entirely. The white and red accented floor tiles swap to light cream as I move to the rest of the main floor. The halls of the facility are surprisingly clean. Not like I pictured them as dirty or run down or anything, but they seemed almost sterile. Quiet, too. Even the med bay had a number of people strolling around on their ways to and from the rooms and offices. These halls are basically empty, though. I only see one raccoon person stroll by, and he has his earbuds in, duffel bag in his arm, too, probably on his way back from the gym. He looks pissed. There's a bandage rolled around his bicep, and what looks like a bit of crusted blood perched under his snout. Don't worry, buddy. It was probably just an off day. I can only imagine how brutal the coaches can be down here. I've heard a bit about them, but nothing about anyone in particular. The guy in the hall flicks his eyes to catch mine. His glare nearly cuts me in half. My eyes dart away. I've really got to work on staring at people, this staring at people thing before it gets me in trouble. Mike, he continues past me down the hallway. I'm sure I'll see him again. Hopefully on a more friendly terms. It's a big facility, but there's only so many of us down here. At least, I think it's a big facility. I haven't exactly had the time to explore. Now could be a good time, though, and it probably won't do me any harm if it's on the way to the cafeteria, right? As I was leaving Medbay, I had passed a number of office rooms. I assumed they were general administrative stuff. Nothing really anything juicy there. The raccoon fellow from earlier moved out in one of these next rooms coming up. Upon closer inspection, the walls of this section of the hallway are actually giant windows. I decided to look into one. Two guys practicing some submission wrestling, with a third guy leaning up against the wall. He looks exhausted. Our eyes meet for a second. He looks to his friends, mutters something, and the other two laugh for a second. He looks back at me and smiles, nodding his head as if to greet me. For some reason, I feel like I should have looked away. I feel like I was intruding. I watch people wrestle all the time. This is nothing new for me, at least at my old gym, with my old teammates. I smile and nod at him before walking forward again. I think I see the man mouth something, pointing at me from the corner of my eye. I definitely should have kept walking sooner. I don't know anyone here yet. It feels rude to engage with some of these folks without at least introducing myself. Though, that may not have been the reason he was pointing. I still don't know how big of a name I made for myself down here. Do they get to watch the fights? Did everyone see what happened with Bruce? It's not like people would make fun of me for something like that. Probably. It's not like I'd really care if they did. It's just more annoying than anything else. I'd rather just go in with as little of a reputation as possible. Passed by a couple dozen more mat rooms on my way through the hall. Roughly half of them seem to have a similar layout to the first one. Just a large solid mat stretching across the floor. Granted, though, the rest of these were empty. The other half of the rooms had a number of smaller mats. with one or two large spaces off to the side, marked with a large circle on the ground. Heavy bags line the back walls of these ones, clearly made for striking practice. I feel like I'm going to be spending plenty of time in these rooms. Not like I'll have much of a choice, at least. The first long stretch of the hallway seems to take up one half of the main floor, with a small segment on either side of the hall sectioned off for a pair of staircases halfway through. I'll probably figure out where these go eventually. Right now I need to get to the cafeteria, even though I'm not really that hungry. Hospital food was pretty damn good. But I can't exactly get my room without knowing where it is. I mean, I could, but there's probably a key or password or something, and I need to find Red to get that information. I could brute force it, but that would take more time, patience, or ramming strength than I'm willing to spend right now. Luckily, the cafeteria seems to be right there. Judging from the amount of sound coming from it, I heard it from a few doors down, but I guess I must have been too lost in thought. I turned the corner and entered the door into the noise. Generic cafeteria. The open doorway leads into a massive chamber with tables and seats scattered all over. These seats, of course, are filled with men of various shapes, sizes, and species. The vibe seems similar to what I heard back in the med bay, just much louder. People chatting, laughing, scarfing down food. If TV and movies were any indication, this is probably what college cafeterias would have been like. It's pretty... Oh, come on. It's pretty fucking loud. I'm not sure I can get used to this, though I suppose I'll have to. I start walking through the aisles of tables. Along the back walls are a number of different food stations. Looks like they... Oh, shit. My bad, little dude. This rather large wolf had swung his arm out, gesticulating wildly in the story he had been engrossed in. I hadn't noticed until his hand snapped right into my shoulder. I totally didn't see you there. Are you good? It stung a little bit, but nothing serious. I'm fine, thanks. His friends let out a quiet laugh. Dude, you gotta watch yourself. You could have broke his arm. They all laughed at that, a little louder this time. I really can't be bothered to deal with this. Whether they're joking at my expense or not, I'm not here to talk to them. I turn around and walk away. Look a little lost, little guy. Need any help? God damn it. Wait, there's actual choices. Wait, walk away or decline. They're both the same thing. Yeah, I guess one's polite. I could just walk away without answering. That probably just cause more problems. I know how these guys are. No, I'm good. Thanks. Before they can say anything else, I walk off, heading deeper into the cafeteria hall. I don't hear anything from them, so I'm assuming they got the message. Little guy. Ugh. Sounded so condescending. I know I'm small. I don't need someone pointing it out. It's so loud in here. I need to find Red so I can get out of here. The noise is driving me crazy. Oh, so he might have one of those. He might have the same thing that I do in a way. Like I don't deal well with large crowds. Well, with massive crowds, I should say. And if I don't have a and if I don't know where I'm going, I will panic, and the noise will start to get to me. Drayden said he was a hyena dude. It's probably the small one on the other end of the cafeteria waving at me. I wade through the aisles and pass by folks walking around with their trays before finally making it to Red. Yo! Yo! GG easy yata. The hyena is seated on on the end of the table, separated from the other men by a few seats. Red waves a short salute. His tail flicks to either side underneath him. I wave back. Hey, it's Red, right? I extend my paw and he clasps his own into it. Xander, nice to meet you. Good to meet you too, man. And yeah, technically it's Redline, but Red is fine too. I retract my paw after a nice proper handshake. He keeps looking up at me and his tail is still wagging. There's always that awkward lull at the meeting somewhere when neither of you have an agenda to attend to. When circumstances just sort of force you two to interact, but you really don't know what to say or how to proceed. I guess I've fallen into that again. He's still looking at me. Come on, man, take a seat. I want to hear all about it. I hesitate for a second before dropping down across the table from him. It? Yeah, man, the fight. He's getting pretty excited at this point. It's... I over the men sitting a few seats down. They don't seem to notice or care, so I turn back to Red. I mean, you saw what happened, right? For sure. I mean, I think we all did. People don't really like to miss Bruce's fights. Redline takes another bite of his sandwich, holding the unfinished half in his hand as he talks. People say he gets angry when people don't show up to watch, so I guess everyone just sort of comes out to see what's up. He swallows. But Christ, dude, we lost our fucking minds when they showed you, dude. We were expecting a bloodbath, man. I think people were putting money on whether you'd even survive. I narrow my eyes. Sorry to disappoint. Aina lets out a sharp one-beat laugh. Hey, don't sulk at me. I made a cool $50 off to you pulling through. He laughs again, a little quieter this time. I can feel myself glaring at him. Well then, I'm glad I pulled through for your sake. I appreciate it, dude. Maybe if it happens again, I'll buy you something nice after you can walk again. He laughs at his own joke. I think he's picking up the hint that I didn't think it was funny as he thinks. His ears flicker slightly. What's the matter? You're upset about losing. Don't be, dude. Dude's like really big, dude. Redline shoves a couple of fries into his mouth. Besides, you won't have another fight like that again, right? So your odds are probably like really in your favor or something? Probably. I mean, I'm not a math magician. Oh, God. Oh, boy. I know who I'm dealing with as time moves on. I can't help but frown. I think you mean mathematician. Redline thinks for a moment and shakes his head. Nope. That doesn't sound right. No! I think you took too many hits to the head. He winks. I can't get a read on this guy. Oh, God. I haven't listened to that voice long enough to even want to think about it, but I'm thinking Ryuji. I'm thinking Ryuji Sakamoto. I can't pull off Yosuke or what's his name? I forgot his actor's name. Even though he's everywhere. But I can't help but feel a smile creep up at the corner of my mouth. You know, I didn't take any. You saw the fight. He swallows the mouthful of salad he had. That's true. Maybe the medicine is making you loopy then. I shrug. That's probably what it is, yeah. I hope you keep good on your promises, though. I've got another fight lined up with him. Redline coughs, gagging awkwardly on his salad. He takes a swig of water and swallows and inhales. What? Redline nearly stands over the table now, glaring down at me while I fold my hand over the side of my temple. I can tell the men down the table are looking at Redline as he yells. You have another! Are you insane? Please be quiet. Why? I stare daggers at him, into him as he continues to yell. Because people are starting to stare. No, I mean... He pauses to look around the number of people that have turned to our direction. I mean, why another fight? I huff out a quiet sigh, my fingers rubbing up against the bridge of my nose. I let a beat pass just long enough until I feel like they've stopped staring. Contract details. I'd rather talk about it when there's less people around. Oh, okay. Redline goes back to his food, scooping up another little cardboard cup of fries and fishing around inside. Plucks a few fries out and sticks them into his maw. Good God, how much are you eating, sir? And junk food. He turns the cup to face me. You hungry? A few remaining fries rattle inside the cup. They look pretty soggy, except for the one that's burnt to a crisp. Wow, McDonald's fries. I stare at them for a few seconds before drawing my vision back up to Red. No, I'm alright. I can feel an awkward pause coming up, so I add a bit more. I ate pretty well in the med bay, actually. Oh, yeah! I've never been in long enough to need to eat there. He picks up a fry or two for a few seconds before his eyes shift to either side. I mean, I wasn't... that sounded like I was bragging or something. Sorry, what I mean was, our eyes met for only a moment before his turned away again. He sets his now empty cup back into his tray and swallows the remainder of food into his palm. So, did you at least get all healed up? I mean, you're here now, obviously, but like, was the medicine good? Are you feeling alright? My right shoulder is still a bit sore. I roll the joints and try not to make a face. For the most part, yeah. I've got some physical therapy tomorrow for this piece of work. All in all, it could have been worse. The doctor was pretty nice, too. What'd you get? Drayden, I think his name was. His ears perk up. Oh, I know him. We haven't talked, though. Is he as scary as his name sounds? That's like the second guy I know whose name is Drayden. And the other guy's a Pokemon trainer. No, he was actually really nice. Like a weird dad. Or a pediatrician. That managed to get a laugh out of the hyena. You do look pretty young, though I guess most of us lightweights do, right? I nod my head looking around at the cafeteria. Yeah. I guess I can see that, yeah. So, what's the deal with the food here? Do I just... Redline was already standing by at the time I started my second question. Oh, dude, it looks totally confusing, I know. It's actually really cool. Follow me. He's already started walking away. He probably started talking to me even if I wasn't right behind him. I wonder if he will. No, that's me. I'll get up and follow Redline. So as part of your contract or whatever, you get access to the most calf whenever you want. He doesn't even look back to check to see if I'm following him before he starts talking. Damn, could have gotten away with it. You in the mood for anything specific? I almost say the hospital food had done me good. Watching those fries rattle around awakened something in me. The latent hunger that never really seems to go away. It grows. It desires. I wouldn't mind a smoothie or something. At that, Aina turns on his heel, pointing to the one section along the wall of the cafeteria. Smoothie station, onward. He's already walking. Follow alongside him. He moves pretty fast, but it's not hard to keep up with him. So at the start of regular meal hours, you'll probably have to wait in line for stuff, but you're in luck. Lunch started a while ago, so you'll probably be fine. Regular meal hours? Yep, I think it's something like 5 to 9 a.m. for breakfast, pre-workout, and then 11 to 3 for lunch, and I think 5 to 9 for dinner. You'll get used to the times. They're pretty flexible since the people are always coming in and out of the gym. He scratches his ear. The menus are pretty big. Sometimes they do special meals too. Turkey and stuff in the fall, ham in the winter, seasonal stuff. Red line stops on a dime and I catch myself from bumping into someone walking in front of us. It seems we're here. Smoothie station. The smoothie station he had mentioned earlier seems to be more of a traditional coffee shop looking place. A nice wooden finish surrounds the section of the cafeteria. It actually has a door that leads out to the hallway. Seems like I can access this place when the rest of the cafeteria is closed. Kind of a weird departure from the rest of the cafeteria. It's rather masculine looking clientele. I'm not about to complain. Redline nudges me from my left, wrapping an arm around me. I tense up when he presses his arm into my shoulder on the other side. See? Check the menu, dude! They have everything! Smoothies, coffee, protein shakes, energy drinks, you name it! It really is an impressive menu. I take a moment to scan over the options while Redline rambles on about some of his favorites. A good 30 seconds pass before someone taps on my shoulder. Are you gonna order? My head cranes around to see a number of men behind me. Seems I've started a line.
Shut up!
I stumble forward to the polite barista who's probably been standing there uncomfortably the whole time. Sorry, can I get a mango banana smoothie? She confirms, writes something onto a cup while the other baristas get to work. I step back out of the way while the rest of the customers get in line. Can't help but feel embarrassed for making people wait. I don't know anyone else here, and I've already managed to piss off a bunch of strangers. Oh my God, this is me. Oh no, this is me. This is me. Why am I reading about me? I swear to God, the guy behind me was growling. You alright? His voice makes me nearly jump. Yes, no. I think I held up the line there. Paul claps on my right shoulder. Ow! Redline seems to enjoy getting real close. Oh, I wouldn't sweat it. You're new here. I feel like that's less of an excuse than you think it is. And besides, it's not like anyone's in any rush. It's lunchtime, dude. Get your smoothie and relax. As if on cue, the barista calls my name, holding up a small cup filled with a light orange concoction. I ease my way to where they stand and snatch it up, giving a hasty thanks. Redline and I start making our way back towards the table. He's been chatting idly since I got my smoothie. He talks pretty loud and fast, but I suppose it's better than him being drowned out by the noise of the cafeteria. God, the smoothie really hits the spot. Seeing those fries had me thinking about salty food for a few minutes. Guess that was enough to get me thirsty for something fruity. I don't really go for smoothies. I haven't really had a good smoothie either. The sweetness of the banana was overpowered by the flavor of the fresh mango. Nice, cool, and creamy too. See, I'd never go for anything banana, or I try not to because I'm not a fan of bananas. And like everything I see just has banana in it. By leaps and bounds. Why didn't I think to ask for this stuff in medbay? I guess I didn't know they served this stuff. I usually just went with whatever Drayden recommended. He kept telling me to try the salmon, and I had to keep telling him I'm a vegetarian. I think my doctor will remember that much at least. Okay. Not to get on the vegetarian... Well, I guess I'm going to get on the vegetarian shtick here. But here's the thing. In a lot of cases, you're going to have to specify the kind of vegetarian you are. Because there are vegetarians out there that will eat fish. Because they don't count fish as part of being vegetarian. Well, being strictly vegetarian. There are some people that don't count fish. Like, those exist. And I only know that because I knew a couple of vegetarians. And they were like, yeah, we'll eat fish. And they eat it, like, very sparingly. So, yeah, that's a thing. And so he had my tray, right? And I had to butt in and say that it was mine, not his. And then he just, like, took off running. Right, I probably should have been listening. I guess he was embarrassed or something. But the worst part, I guess he was embarrassed or something. But the worst part is that while he was running away, I yelled, "Sorry!" out at him. Redline hacks out a laugh that's halfway between nervous and embarrassed. You apologize to the guy? The guy trying to steal my food? I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. His paws pressed into his temple, muffling an exasperated groan. I mean, hey, the food was good enough then. Oh, dude, it was amazing. Like, so good, I gotta pace myself with it. Luckily, they only have it on the menu, like, once a month. Otherwise, I'd be... It all happened. Otherwise, I'd be rolling myself out of that... It all happened so fast. I'm looking at Redline as he talks, and I bump into something, maybe hard enough to accidentally crush my smoothie cup. The lid pops off, spilling the mango banana mixture onto the shirt of the brick wall of a man I bumped into. He shoves me back faster than I can process. As I scramble to stay on my feet, I slip in the bit of smoothie that dropped to the floor. My backside crashes to the floor, with Redline trying and failing to keep me held upright by my arm. Ouch!
Shut up!
After shaking myself out of my stupor, I look up to see my aggressors. 4 men stand in front of us, one of them with a wet orange stain on his shirt. And next to him, the one in the middle. Oh boy, Bruce. Our eyes meet, if only for a second, almost as if some sort of confirmation to our identities. Hey, what the fuck?
Shut up!
You got a problem, shithead? Canine with the stain on barks back at Redline. Bruce's chest chuffs out a short sigh, and I swear I see his eyes roll for a split second before he close. And with that, his arms reach out. Bruce bends over, claws digging into my shirt as I'm yanked up into the air. I get a closer look into Bruce's eyes at this height. He looks pissed. To be frank, I mean, he normally looks pissed, but this was a different type of pissed. I used to watch his fights, and even our bout earlier, he had this air about him. A big, mean... Come on now. A big, mean motherfucker. Someone that took enjoyment out of breaking bones and ending careers. Like a demolition expert, excitedly lighting up dynamite to blow a building to hell. But here, inches from my face, Redline barking out to his aggressor, with the whole cafeteria feeling like it's frozen in time. He feels like a different person. He's not enjoying this. He wants me dead. I can feel it. I'm amazed they let a bitch like you out of medbay. A grin spreads across his face. His eyes don't change. And now you're trying to start shit again? Didn't I kick your ass? Didn't I already kick your ass? You hit him too hard, Bruce. I think he must have forgot. His buddy on the other side yells out, forcing a laugh from Bruce and the man behind him. I still don't know who the fuck you think you are, kid. I'm dropped to the floor. Well, more forced down into it. Bruce had been holding me up for a good foot in the air. Luckily, I managed to land on my feet and avoid slipping into mango smoothie, slowly melting on the tile. Bruce's forceful shove sort of broke the physical stalemate we had been in. Everyone around us had stopped to see what just made that sound. But you'll stay the fuck out of my way if you know what's good for you. Bruce's massive hands press against me on that word. I let out a grunt forced backwards. A Redline's tight grip on my wrist helps me steady. He'd been holding on to it this whole time. I hadn't even noticed. You got that? The snarl echoes through the entire dining hall. Everyone on our side of the cafeteria is staring silently, watching like statues ready to witness a crime. Even the staff at the food stations are frozen. A fork drops somewhere, followed by a presumed owner whispering, Shut up! The beast stands back up into his full height, towering over most people in the vicinity. It's a pretty uncomfortable scene. Bruce's eyes shift to the opposite side, looking for something I can't see. Silently, he moves. He's definitely faster than I think anyone would give him credit for, especially at the size he is. His body moves straight forward, walking past me and forcibly checking me with his shoulder as he does. The rest of his posse follows, the canine making sure I step carefully over the making sure to step carefully over the slush on the floor. Do you think this will wash out? He speaks in a hushed tone to the man next to him, their voices fading in the distance as they exit. I can't focus on them right now. I'm not able to put coherent thought to what just happened. I had my smoothie and I was talking to Redline and I fell and his eyes. It was different from before. He was angry. He was really fucking angry. Stay out of his way. How the hell am I supposed to do that? We're all fucking trapped down here. I'll probably run into him later today on my way around the facility. Am I supposed to just stay in my room? Or why is it so fucking loud in here? Xander? A fresh breath of stale air flows through my nostrils as Redline's voice catches my attention. He's really close to my ears. I blink a few times, a bit wet from the edge of my eye spreads to my upper eyelid. My hand quickly wipes them dry. Dude, I'm fine. The crack in my voice proves me wrong. I clear my throat again and try again. It's fine. I'm sorry. What the hell was that? First he ruins your smoothie, and now he thinks he just gets to shove you around? The fuck is his problem? Yeah, this is Ryuji. Redline is louder than normal. I think that's just how he is. I don't know yet. He continues on, walking us back towards our table. I follow without thinking, though I'd rather be anywhere else. Nah, dude, that's some bullshit. Like, we get little spats here and there all the time. Where does he get off pushing you around like that? I can feel the rest of the cafeteria's eyes laser focus on us. My head is still ringing. I don't think I can afford Redline being any louder than he already is. I need to get out of here. Listen, man. Can we go? He looks at me weird. Go? Oh, the room! Right! God. Here, let's go. Follow me. He grabs my wrist again and walks a lot faster, aiming for a pair of doors leading out of the hallway. I try to keep my head down as we pass a number of men on our way out. Redline marches straight through the open doors like a man on a mission. It's a bit louder out here than it was before, but not by a whole lot. More people walking around. It seems lunchtime is nearing its end. There's still a few people out and about, though I think I see a few heads turn as Redline leads us into the main hall. He wastes no time taking a direct path to where we need to go. Down the hall, up a flight of stairs, into the second floor hallway. Whew. Well, this is more like a hotel room. But I guess that's what it's meant to be. It's just as wide as the first floor, but completely empty. Redline and I power walk down the empty hall. Unlike the main floor, though, the walls are completely covered with normal wooden doors, defending each room. Redline's grip is really strong. I can keep up with him just fine, but he's got a death grip on my wrist. Oh, Redline. His ears twitch, and he stops almost immediately, turning to face me. What's up? I look at my wrist. You're hurting me. Huh? Oh! Sorry, Aina immediately pulls his paw away, releasing me. It hesitates over my wrist for a second, like he's unsure if he should rub it or something. I take mine back as well, rubbing my wrist gently. My shoulder still hurts from when he was pulling on it in the cafeteria. Still, the fact that he was holding on so tight was a nice gesture, even if it didn't help my shoulder. Feels like I should say something, but I'm kind of enjoying the silence for now. Feels like I can finally breathe. We had kept walking once. Redline pulled his hand away, but at a bit of a slower pace. Whatever gets us closer to the room and further away from the others, I guess. Here we are. Redline stopped right in front of the door at the end of the hall, room 202. There's a separate stairwell to the left of the room, behind a fire door. It actually seems convenient. I won't have to contend with other people trying to use the hallways or stairwells at the same time. Seems pretty handy. Speaking of handy, Redline jams his thumb against the little notch on the handle to my room. After a second, the light on the handle flashes green, along with a short beeping sound. The mechanical locks on the door click. Redline pushes the door to my room open. There we go. Come on in. Hotel room. Redline leads the way into the space. It's small. Not terribly small, granted, but still. It's a 2-bedroom hotel room. Which is small. We stand in the cozy rectangular room. A bed sits along my back wall, leading up to what happens to be a window. Seated across from the bed is an empty desk with a chair tucked neatly underneath it. This exact layout is mirrored on the other side of the room, with a small nightstand separating the beds and a large dresser separating the desk. The other side is clearly well lived in. I can see my phone plugged in and face down on the nightstand. What's with the window? We're underground. Redline lets out a short laugh. Oh, yeah. They're like light screens or something. Since we don't see the sun down here, they need something to help keep our circadian rhythm going smoothly. Never heard of circadian. It helps keep our sleep cycles working. There's a bit of an awkward pause as I move further into the room. These rooms were a lot bigger than the advertisements. Aina laughs nervously. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think they show like tier 3 rooms in the ads. We gotta work our way up if we want rooms like that. I can feel my expression contort slightly. We? Redline gestures around. Yeah, I guess we're roommates after all. I had to pause to process everything. It makes sense. I suppose seeing 2 beds and seeing how Redline had fingerprint access to what I thought was my room. A sigh escapes my mouth as I drop onto the bed. There's a bit to give. There's a bit to give it. There's a bit of give to it. Though part of that might be the comforter on top of the mattress. My hand clutches the bridge of my muzzle. I can hear Redline step to one side uncomfortably. Sorry. I shake my head. No, Redline, you didn't. It's not you. No, I get it. You weren't expecting to have to share a room with anyone. They didn't really mention that when I registered. A few voices echoed down the hall. They must be loud given how far away they sounded. Redline sticks his head out the door, looking down toward them before coming back inside, shutting the door behind him. The door's locks click. It's just. I drop back, landing with a thwomp on the comforter. Nothing's really going right. Not like I expected, at least. The two of us are silent for a minute. What did you expect? Money? Solitude? A working shoulder? Less concussions? I don't know. Another awkward silence lingers for a few moments. I can hear Redline pull his chair back and flip open what sounded like a laptop. You might just need to sleep on it. That's what I do whenever I have a lot on my mind. I sit back up. Redline's got his laptop typing away at something. I got plenty of rest in the med bay. Redline wheels around to face me. Yeah, and then you got assaulted in the calf. Not to mention you found out you were rooming with a yeen. Okay, what's wrong with that last part? I give him a weird look. I can't help but feel a smile crack. Redline sees that smile, I think as a smile forms on his face. He turns back to his laptop. Trust me, Xander. Take a nap. You'll feel better in the morning. Well, you know what I mean. A nap does sound nice. I felt that adrenaline rush wear off after we got to the second floor. But I didn't really start feeling tired until I sat on the mattress. I lie back on the top of the comforter, properly laid down in the bed. It's nice. It definitely feels better than the beds in the med bay. It doesn't take long for my eyes to close gently. A few more seconds pass before Redline speaks up again. You mind if I put on some music? Hesitation. That depends. What kind of music? How's this sound? Bruh! Yo, alright. Deal. A gentle guitar with a sweet saxophone melody flows up from his laptop speakers. Redline leans back in his chair, arms folded behind his head. You like jazz? I could listen to this stuff all day. I mean, I could listen to all sorts of music all day. But today just sort of feels like a jazz kind of day, you know? It's nice. Huh. I like it. I'm afraid it would be something, I don't know, high energy. Look, if it's high energy, I'm getting up and moving. Redline lets out a louder than necessary laugh. Maybe it feels louder than it is. Come on, man. I just ate lunch. You think I want to run around? Actually, wait. I could go for a jog. You want to come? There, they got some new stuff in the library we can check out. Oh, man. I haven't even shown you around yet. Redline. Yeah? Wait. Right. Shit. You're sleeping. Sorry. Thank you. I lay in silence for a short while. Laid back on this new bed, the cold breeze brushes past my ears. If only for a second. It's probably a vent for somewhere. At least it won't get too stuffy, especially given there's no windows and only one exit in the room. The blanket scrunch up underneath me as I curl up slightly. The jazz is nice. The bed is nice. Redline is quiet. And nice. But quiet's more important now. Some time passes. Alright. we'll stop here. Oh, God. Oh, well, I'm going to have to do some editing, but I can handle it.